Alright, welcome to episode 2 of Mario's Rants podcast. So, I've seen it popping up lately about the new Mario Wonder game. I'm excited for it, and I've seen new stuff pop up about it with Charles Martinet stepping down, and I believe the new confirmation that the new voice actor for Mario is starting off with Mario Wonder. I'm not sure, but we'll see when it comes out. So this is a very exciting game, especially for me. I only got into video games in general about 5 or 6 years ago, and I taught myself a bunch of information about video games, and I ended up enjoying Nintendo a lot. And some of my first video games I really got into was Mario. And I'm glad I can be alive and be old enough to understand what Mario is and witness, this new game come out. And hopefully, it becomes something far better. It's not just Mario Wonder and then the 3D Mario game is like Odyssey 2. Hopefully it kind of takes on that Wonder persona for the next 3D Mario game. So, yeah, I kind of want to talk about this today just because, it's Mario. I love Mario. The podcast is called Mario's Rants, tomorrow we're going to be talking about Sonic, the new Sonic Superstars, so that'll be awesome. And, yeah, honestly, when I first watched it, the Direct, when they showed it off, my jaw was to the floor, but not in a good way. I thought it looked like a mobile game. There's a certain mobile game called, Super Mario Run, not the Nintendo one. This one is just really crappy. And it reminded me of the Mario Wonder trailer. And I was in disgust. I was like, oh my god, how could they make something like this? This looks disgusting. I went on YouTube, all I saw was people praising it and saying, oh my god, this game looks so good. And I'm like, well, this game looks garbage. How do people like this? But I kept watching the trailer more. And you know what? It grew on me. It looks fantastic. That's my opinion now. And that only changed in a week. I think it looks great. I can't wait to see what Nintendo puts out next. It's most likely going to be for the Switch 2, or whatever it's going to be called. Nintendo 720. But, yeah. And, even better, the new Mario RPG... Yeah, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, the remake. I can't wait for it. Because I always wanted to get into Mario RPG. I never had a Super Nintendo, so I would use emulation. And the art style was, I think, the issue for me. And don't get me wrong, I love sprite work. And that game is no exception. It looks great. But there was just something about it, kind of I couldn't really... It felt weird to, jump around. I didn't really know where I was jumping. It was just little things about it, even the very beginning, that just kind of threw me off. But this remake, which hopefully I'm going to pick up, I'm excited for. I can't wait for it, I think it's going to be really good. All they have to do is just put the game in a newer engine, keep most of the same, keep the game mostly the same, and just upscale it. It shouldn't be that hard. You already have the base game already made. You just port it over, upscale it, give it a new engine, but keep the physics still the same if you can. And boom. Easy. This is Nintendo too, so Nintendo and Mario usually work very well. And if no one likes it now, if time serves us right, everyone will like it in like 10, 20 years. I will be praising it of how good it is. So, and if you did watch the Direct, they said they were remaking Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for Switch. Which, at first I was like, oh, that's cool. I already have the 3DS. And I already have Dark Moon on it, so I'm not going to pick that up. But I kept thinking, the Switch only has one screen. 3DS, 2 screens, along with a touch screen. How are they going to do that? I know it's more or less a game that doesn't really involve the touchscreen than other games like Mario Party or Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. I know this for the DS, but they still apply. I think they're just going to map all like the touchscreen stuff. They're just going to map it to different button. Most likely. It'll feel weird for sure. Going from a 3DS, playing it on the 3DS, now on the Switch. But, I mean, I don't know, it gets me excited, because if they can do that, they can do some other games, too. You know, maybe they can do Mario 3D Land. I think that would be awesome. You could tie it in somehow with 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I don't know how. But maybe, if you have that game, you can add in certain levels. I don't know. Or maybe some other hidden gems. Maybe we might get a Link Between Worlds. Fantastic game. Doesn't use the touchpad, the touchscreen, very often. It just uses it for the sake of being convenient. So, I mean, imagine they port that game over. Because I love that game. And it's easily one of the best, if not the best, 2D Zelda game of all time. Easily one of the best. Link to the Past is still pretty good. And Link's Awakening is still really good. So, that gets me excited. And the new Princess Peach game. That one I'm curious about. I wonder what it's going to be like. To me, it looks more like Super Paper Mario. The way it just looks and the way Peach is moving looked like a 3D game, but put in like the Super Paper Mario style. Something, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a sequel to Mario 3. After Peach, was saved by Mario. Maybe it follows the lines of Super Princess Peach on the DS. Or something completely different. I don't know. Only time can tell. But I'm excited for that. I really am. I'm not going to pick it up. But I'm happy to see that Nintendo's willing to do other things with their characters. And not just Mario. With the added extra characters, like the new Mario Wonder game, finally adding Daisy as a playable character. That's awesome. And I'm curious to see if she's going to have a different moveset than Peach. Because think about it now. If this goes back to Mario 2, American Mario 2, where each character had a different moveset. You know, Luigi jumped higher. Toad was faster. Peach had a little... can float in the air for a bit. And Mario was just regular Mario. So I wonder if Daisy's going to have maybe like a second jump. And I've been seeing a lot of things recently about Elephant Mario and saying, you know, people saying, oh, I wonder what, you know, the other characters are going to turn into. I think they're going to stick with just elephants. I don't think they're going to change. And I think if they do, it's just going to be basically a completely different power-up for that different character. So Luigi, instead of having an apple like Mario does, or a tomato, whatever it is, Luigi's going to have a pear. And Toad's going to have, I don't know, a plum. I don't know. I just think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to have it, the one item, and then change for the different characters. I know they did that for 3D, Super Mario 3D Land, with the Tanuki suit. It's the same power-up, but it just makes them, you know, different color. And same with 3D World, with the cat suit. But I don't know. I think that game is going to be really good. I can't wait for it. I'm probably going to pre-order it. It's too bad they don't have any pre-order bonuses, which is why I might be holding off. Which really sucks. I mean, that game would benefit so much from like a pre-order bonus. Say, even like a poster or something to help remember it by. Or a new Switch. The last new Switch bundle, or customizable Switch, I don't know, something. A keychain even, I don't care. Something, But I think that game is going to sell really well, considering how well Tears of the Kingdom sold. Oh my god. Within the first, 3 months, it sold... It got over, 1 billion copies? Did it? I don't think it reached that. I don't know if it did. I think it's reached over, 3 million within, a week. Or 3 weeks. It was ridiculous how quickly it sold. But notice, you never heard of, a Tears of the Kingdom shortage. Like the PlayStation 5. That one, for an entire year, it felt like there was just a shortage of PlayStations. Apparently, now they're pumping them out like crazy. Get them out of stock for a PS5 Pro. Which is, in my opinion, the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I mean, oh my god, how do you... There's no disk drive. I hate that. We're moving to digital so quickly. We're just leaving physical things in the dust. And you know what? Frankly, I don't like that. I like to see my game in my hand. I like to go to a store, buy it, come home, display it on a shelf. It just... It saves storage on your device. It looks cooler, to have it there. Display it instead of on the console. Yeah, it's convenient. Really convenient. Sometimes you don't know what to play, so you scroll through. You don't have to go grab it. But just how about leave it in the same room? Leave all your physical games in the same room as the console. And that way, all you have to do is just reach over, grab it. And if you're too lazy to do that, go outside. Play some tennis. I think They shouldn't do that. And the disc drive add-on is like $50. Like, oh my god. They're really greedy. And of course, it's probably they're gonna say they have higher, more storage on it. But I bet you all they're gonna do is just make all the games use up more storage. So basically, you're paying for nothing. And I'm not sure about the price, but I bet you it's going to be more expensive. For what reason? When you have a physical PS5 that can play disc games, and then you have the ones that can't, there you go, perfect solution. You want all digital, you want physical, or just have the physical. And if you don't want any of those games, you don't want any physical games, don't buy any. Just buy them all on the PS5. Big deal. What's the issue with that? You can double the profit on the one console instead of having the two. You don't have to worry about that. I think it's just so dumb. That's why I don't like PlayStation. One of the reasons why. I just, another reason is the controllers. I don't like the controllers. It's stupid joysticks both of them are at the bottom. Like, what kind of design is that? Nintendo and Xbox got it right. One on the top, one on the bottom. That way, you can have one thumb on the joystick, the other one on the buttons. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to start a console wars. I'm not part of that. I think console wars are stupid. You like whatever console you like. This is my opinion. But, buy whatever console you want. I don't care. Me personally, I just don't like PlayStation. I don't like, Xbox and Nintendo. I'm kind of biased because I had them. But I also think that evens out the standards, because PlayStation, I went over to my friend's house one time. He had a PlayStation 5. First time playing on it, I was like, I don't like this. The controller just feels weird and off. It may also be because I have small hands, but the Joy-Cons for me feel perfect in my hands. I love them. Yeah, Joy-Con drift, but I fixed it. It's all good. I just replaced the joysticks. Easy fix. And the original Xbox controllers. Oh, those ones fit perfectly in my hands. No issues whatsoever. Feels good. Everything's great. And all of these add-ons, too. Like the new PlayStation 5 controller, whatever it's called. It has the haptic triggers, so you can feel like you're pulling the bow. I don't know. To me, it's just like filler to market up the price. I don't like that. It just feels off. I don't know. You can like them. Again, you can like them. It's your choice. If you like it, and to you, if it feels good, good job, That's good. For me, no. I don't need them. I can stick with my motion-controlled Joy-Cons. That's about it. And rumble, but every controller now should have rumble. I don't care. Every single controller should have rumble. The OG Xbox has it. I think PlayStation 2 had it. PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, one of the two, has an official controller that had rumble in it. And I'm not sure about the GameCube. I don't think it had. I don't think it had Rumble, but the N64 had, I believe, an add-on that you can put in. The Game Boy had Rumble. I mean, yeah, it comes in the game. You have to get the game for it. But still, that had Rumble. I don't know. I don't like it. Anyways, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. The new Legend of Zelda rumor of a new 2D Legend of Zelda game. Oh yeah. I love 2D Legend of Zelda. You know, I played Tears of the Kingdom. Love it. Nintendo did a good job. But the controller, sorry, not the controller, but the game is just, for me personally, it's too open. I like games that are just from point A to point B, which is why I enjoy, I think is another reason why I enjoy retro gaming so much, is because of that fact. I don't know, it just feels too open. I don't know what to do. I get lost, and I know that's what you're supposed to do, but then I just don't find anything, and I don't care for anything. I don't care to look around. I want to go from point A to point B. And then in these big games, once you beat them, you have your fun, you beat them, and then it takes forever to, actually make progress again. It's too much. I think retro gaming, there's always going to be a place for that. I think throughout the years, 50 years in the future, video games, you're playing them without even a controller. You put glasses on, and you see the whole video game there. I think there's still going to be retro gaming. Whether it's 3D Super Mario Brothers, or if it's actually Mario Brothers, but you can view it in 3D, I don't know. But it's still 2D. Something like that. I think there's always going to be retro gaming. There's always going to be people out there interested in that stuff. And I can see why. I love that stuff. It's great. Alright. Well, we talked a lot. And I think that'll do it for today. Again, if there's whatever your opinion is, if you don't agree with me, type it in the comments. They should be up this time. Last time I accidentally clicked for kids because I didn't understand what that meant. So comments were turned off. Sorry about that. They'll be fixed this time. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a good day. And see you next time, where we talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. Exciting stuff.